Hey guys, this is Jordan Blair from the brand new team Ventura Knights, and I am going to do a video on a few different tips and tricks in paintball that I know of. First tip I'm going to talk about is walking the trigger. People, I don't know if you can see that very well, but a lot of people, they'll put their fingers all the way through, but some people, the fingers are too long, whatever. What I do is I kind of hook my finger and I just pull back, and instead of going, as soon as I pull the trigger going all the way back forward, I just go pull and I keep pulling back, and then I bring it forward like a circular thing. So I mean, I could do it both ways, but some people that might help. When it comes, next tip, when it comes to snap shooting, a lot of people will keep their hopper up and then they'll keep their gun perfectly straight, just like that. Say if you're in a Dorito, your hopper is gonna stick out like a sore thumb. So basically, say you're on say D side is on your left, and you get the Dorito. You want to keep your gun, if you're facing toward the right side of the field, you want to keep your hopper face into the Dorito. So your gun and hopper and tank are aligned with the line going to the top tip of the Dorito. And so that way, you're shooting and your hopper isn't sticking out a lot. Now, what I see a lot of people do and messing up on is like aiming. They'll just pop out and just shoot randomly until they get it right. A good way to shorten that timeline, or just practicing enough to do that, is to align the gun, the barrel, with your nose. Like, it's easier to do it with your mask because your mask nose is pointing out a lot more. But basically, it aligns itself. Now, some people, they'll move it just a little bit more, and then they'll use their thumb, but your thumb has to be aligned with the foregrip and up to the point of the barrel, like so. And they'll aim kind of like a gun, but tipped. So if it's tipped this way, your right thumb is up, and it basically works like an offset rail. So if you had like a sight right here and you're looking down it, it would be pointing the same direction as if you were looking down your thumb from the side. But some people do that, some people don't. It's personal preference. That's paintball. A lot of people, like even in videos of professional players, they'll pull out their pod and they'll like fumble around trying to shoot and open it up. So you're shooting, and then you're just like, whoa, wait, what? Because you're not looking, you're shooting. I'm going to do it with my left side. If you have the tab that you push to open up your pod, you pull it out and you have the tab facing toward your side, your thumb's already on it and you can already open it and fill it. It's just that easy. When you're snap shooting, and you say you're in Dorito, you have your gun like this, you want to kind of just like roll out. So you're in Dorito, roll out, roll out, roll out. You don't want to go like some people will do this. They'll kind of do the side thing with just their knee. It actually it actually tenses your body up a lot more, and it actually hurts your knee. For me, a little bit. I have bad knees. Getting to Dorito. When you're running toward Dorito, when you get there, you want to get really tight into the bunker, right? So say you're running toward it, you want to slide on both knees, just like lean back and go down to your knees, and the momentum will push you. And you want to do it just right to where your knees are going to push up under the Dorito. And you're already halfway to the point of being really tight already. And you just got to adjust your gun And I see a lot of kids do this. They'll run in, and as soon as they get in, they're going straight into shooting, and then bam, they're out. They get shot in the hopper because they stuck out too fast. That shouldn't happen. You know, you just want to adjust yourself. Say you went to a beer can. You get there, you want to make sure your elbows not sticking out, your knees aren't sticking out, your feet aren't like all the way out there. You want to make sure that you're tight and you're not in anyone's visible range. Then start snap shooting, find out the layout of who's where, then start laying down the paint. But when you're on your way to that bunker, lane to where people usually are going. So say you're back right. When you're running toward back right, you can either sprint there, but you have to look down the field to see if someone is going to snake, or see if someone's going to back right or wherever on your side. This gives the chance for a snake player to not have to look down the field and just go straight to snake, giving them a little more speed. But as soon as they get the snake and you get the back right, you have got to direct them who's where, who's what, blah, blah, blah. That way they can start picking off people if they're far up enough in snake. If you want to shoot on your way to back right or back left, you know, you're ready to go. I see a lot of people do this. But before they're even all the way up, they're already shooting and they've shot their guy next to them. So, oops, sorry bro. You know, I've seen that tons of times and they get really pissed. So what you do, you gotta practice this at a field. Just do a couple shots. Bring yourself all the way up, shoot. Do a little faster. Bring it all the way up, shoot. All the way up, shoot. You just gotta do that. Once you're used to that muscle feeling, muscle memory, you'll do it perfectly fine every time and you will not shoot someone in the back. Trust me, it hurts point blank. And I got the scar for it. When you're running, you want to make sure your body, your torso or whatever, is facing down the field, and you're kind of crossing your legs. So you're running, but you're facing them. So you're just like, I can't do it with my fingers, but you're just crossing your legs, like you were dancing or something, you know. Just make sure your body is facing toward them. Because, one, you'll know where they're going, and two, you have a better stance to shoot them with. Because even when you're moving, but you're laning, you can pick someone off while they're going to their bunker, and you've already got an advantage at the beginning of the game. For snake players, that's what I play. I'm not, like, the best at it, but that's just what I play. When you're going for snake, I see a lot of people do different mistakes. People will dive with their tank like this. Like, they'll dive and it'll just go like that. If you hit the ground like that, first of all, if your tank is full of air, you just screwed yourself over and got yourself kicked off the field for very dangerous habits or whatever. I don't know what they call it. Because if this were to hit someone and it's fully filled with air, it could kill them. So just make sure your tank's all the way on. Make sure the rail or whatever, the ASA, is fully screwed in, whatever. This was loose ones, and I was like, oh crap, gotta screw that in. Just gotta make sure that's all good to go. And dive, when you're diving, keep your gun sideways. Even this way would be better. This way is the best, because because if you have elbow pads, or forearm pads or whatever, you're on the pad. If you do it this way, you're not on any padding and there's no point in having them. If you finish the Superman slide and you can move up, you can keep moving up to a different knuckle, you want to keep your gun like this. Do not do this, because one, you might lose paint, and if you don't have a speed feed, see that? If you don't have one of these, you just have a regular open and close, it could pop open and you lose all your paint. Also, when you're moving back and forth, you might actually pull the trigger and you might shoot in a random direction over the net, which is bad. And you're not going as fast. So you just want to keep your gun right here, and then kind of just crawl up, kind of like what's it called when you doggy swim or whatever, puppy dog swim, you know, in the water, kind of like that. But instead of going like this, you're keeping your hand a little more flat, and you're just pulling yourself against the ground, and your knees are just, it's like a baby crawl. You're basically crawling like a baby, but really fast, and keeping your gun flat against the ground. Because if you do this, you might jab your gun into the turf or the dirt or whatever, and you're screwed. I've done it before. It's not good. When a couple of tricks when you're in snake. If say you're in snakes on the right side and you're in the second snake 2 or snake 3 or something, and you're looking inside the field trying to pick people off at back left, Dorito, whatever, and you hear or someone yells at you telling you that someone's coming up this way, or you hear that they stop shooting at you, you know, so you're shooting, bam, 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 shooting, bam, bam, bam. You can quickly pick them off while they're trying to move up on you or trying to bunker you. Then you might just save the game right there, because snake is a very important aspect of a team. That's basically it. So if you have any other questions, clarifications, or you want me to do a video on anything else, message me or do a video reply to me, and yeah, go play some paintball.